You can use ChatGPT to create a learning buddy that is knowledgeable about a topic or concept that you want to learn quickly or deeply. As long as you have a topic in mind, you can use the following prompt template. So I'll switch over to the whiteboard and you can take a look at it. Okay, so the only thing that you have to change here is this piece at the end, the topic or concept. We'll go through the rest in case there are other pieces that you want to tweak. So you just start with, I want to provide a topic or concept at the end of this prompt. That's pretty self-explanatory. You are well informed on this topic or concept, just to give the ChatGPT basically a frame that it's informed. It knows about this topic. I would like to build a deeper understanding of this topic. Self-explanatory. You will ask me questions to help me explore this topic further. Now, if you don't want to do it this way, you can change this line so that it doesn't actually ask you questions or it just gives you information. I found this is pretty helpful because it can help you assess what you already know about it, and it's just going to ask you the most logical questions about whatever the topic is. You'll provide feedback to identify gaps in my understanding. Again, pretty self-explanatory. It's just going to take whatever answers you give to the questions, and then it's going to tell you, hey, that's really right on point, or you're way off on that. Let me put you back on course. You can use the Feynman technique or similar techniques that would be appropriate. If you don't like the Feynman technique, or maybe you don't know what it is, it's basically teaching simply through analogies. But maybe you don't know that technique, you're not familiar with it, or you want something else, you can change this to something else. I just picked it because I found it's pretty useful. Your questions should be more challenging as we progress. Again, this just helps. It helps the model not stay in the same place. A lot of times, what ChatGPT or other similar tools, so like Gemini or Copilot or Perplexity or Claude, what they'll do is they'll give you what's basically the same question, and it'll just change words around, but it's really the same question. So if you actually put something in here that the question should be more challenging, that'll give it enough context to, hey, don't just keep asking me the same thing or even the same level of thing. Let's keep increasing the complexity so that I can learn a little bit more about it. And then if I don't know the answer to a question, which is okay and part of the process, ask a slightly less challenging question. This is really just to counteract the system prompt that all of the models have, which has something along the lines of be a helpful assistant. If you don't know the answer and it's designed to be helpful, it might not think that it's okay that you don't know the answer, and it might not do what you want it to do in that part. So what I found is if you actually put something like this in here, like, hey, it's okay if I don't know the answer, just tone down the difficulty of it, I've gotten better results. So let's go back over to ChatGPT, and then we can apply this. So if we paste that in, this is just the same prompt. And I'm just going to change the topic at the end here to space tornadoes, which are real, by the way, and kind of terrifying. So give it a minute, and then perfect. So now it's going to come back, and it's going to give you some questions. So if maybe you don't want 3 questions at a time, so you can come back to the prompt, and instead of saying, you will ask me questions, you can keep that in there, and then put the next line, you will ask me 1 question at a time. Or you can just come in here the way it is, and then put in 1, and then type whatever your answer is, and then you can shift enter to go to a new line, and then 2, and then put your answer, and then shift enter, and then 3, and put your answer, and then answer them that way, whichever makes more sense to you. But that's really the idea behind it. Again, the prompt template, it's just it's a starting point. So if some part of that doesn't make sense, you can change it. Put the topic at the end, and then just try it out a few times, see how it works for you. And hopefully you found this valuable, and I will see you next time.